All right. Evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mark. We are here with ECR NextGen Elite Cup Racing. This is the Gauntlet, race number 4 at Iowa. We are going to be running 180 laps. Now, tonight, I have got a special guest. I have got Gary Nash, aka 17 South, one of the ECR racers, in the booth with me. 17, you hear me?
Absolutely, man. It's great to be in the booth again. I think the last time we done this, it was over in Watkins Glen. Tonight it's Iowa, the Corn City, the city of the corn. It's going to be a blast, my man. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming in, man. Well, we are in the middle of qualifying, so we're going to let these guys qualify. But if you will, I'd like everybody to, stand up, hands over their hearts for the national anthem tonight.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
All right, we are back. Always my favorite part of the race. Right now, these guys are in the midst of their qualifying. We should be done very, very shortly. Now, tonight is going to be known as the High V 180. Tonight's race is brought to us by one of the ECR drivers, Kent Mueller. It's going to be 180 laps. Now, I am going to bring up our points while they're doing that. All right, so as of right now, we have got Tyler Burden in the number 1 spot in the Gauntlet. Adam Boughton is in second, down 19 points. Brad Rivers is in third, down 41 from Tyler. Ryan McCall in fourth, down 55. John Osborne in fifth, down 56. Dwayne Furtick is down 65 in the sixth place. Tay McDonald down 65 in seventh. Kyle Diaz in eighth. Stan Carnathan in ninth. Doug Denice in 10th. Kane Lee in 11th. And Mr. Michael York in 12th. And we have got 2 races left after tonight.
Looking outside the gauntlet and the chase for the non-chasers, Robert in 13th, Alan Holtzman in 14th, Travis Gilbert 15th, Kent Mueller in 16th, Waylon Turner, who just got engaged. Congratulations, Waylon.
Oh, congratulations,
Pete
Waylon.
Walsh. Pete Walsh he's having phenomenal runs. Look out for Pete tonight. He's very melodramatic as far as this race. Everybody else is saying loose. Pete is in 18th. I am in 19th. Jeff Dillon, which I don't see him on the track yet, he is in 20th. Michael Carter, which he looks like he's sitting on the pole right now, is in 21st. Mr. Miller in 22nd. Jeff Noel in 23rd. Chris Roth, who has took 2 weeks off, but he's back this week. Mr. Dill Pickle has took about 3 weeks off, but he's back this week. And Leroy and Aaron bringing up the caboose. Now, Mark, I don't see a stand qualify yet. I don't know if he showed up yet.
I am not. I'm not seeing Stan in the roster for this evening.
That could really shake up the Gauntlet points.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we are literally just maybe a minute or two away from getting the race under way here. And we will have that qualifying order for you guys. Now, I want to give a big thanks to 17 for coming up into the booth with us this evening.
Absolutely, I love it. Just a little bit about Iowa. So Tyler, the points leader, just won last week's race, Charlotte, and he's also the first Iowa race that we had this season. He took it, so look out for the 06 Demon car to really put it on him tonight. Be looking out for him. Just won last. And it looks like Mr. Carter got his pole.
Oh, he definitely did.
So what's the matter, Dagan? You get pole on Iowa.
All right, so tonight we have got Michael Carter currently in the pole position, Brad Rivers in second, Tyler Burden in third, Adam Boughton in fourth,
Looks like Pete Walsh is going to be in fifth. Mr. Dill Pickle in sixth, and Alan Holtzman in seventh, and the new wedding proposer, Mr. Waylon Turner, in eighth.
All right, we got Chris Roth in ninth, Ryan McCall in 10th, John Osborne in 11th, Robert Roth in 12th, Aaron Miller in 13th, Dwayne Furtick in 14th, Kent Mueller in 15th, Kane Lee in 16th, Doug DeNice in 17th, Kyle Diaz in 18th, 17 South, our booth man in 19th, Tay McDonald in 20th, and Michael York in 21st. That is our starting order for this evening. These guys are already gridding in. Going to be starting their formation lap very shortly. I don't know who you're going for, but I'm liking that number 8 tonight.
Got the number 8's looking stout. You can't count out the 06. Obviously, you can't count Adam Bolton. Tay's he needs to get some points, so I'll be looking out for Tay as well. My dark horse is going to be Tay McDonald.
All right. Yeah, I'm used to seeing a lot of night races. We're actually running a mid-afternoon, 2 p.m. start time race today.
And Mark, it looks like they're talking about the laps. The laps were supposed to be 180 something,
Yeah, it looks
but
like
as of right now, it looks like a 150.
they got it listed at 150. I just noticed that as well. Thank you for pointing it out. Well, that's going to shake things up.
So it's going to be a true short race, and it's going to go by real quick as far as shaking things up with tires. I believe they got 1 set on the car and 4 in the bank.
They do. They do. And they're running a 70% fuel window, which is actually 65 to 75 laps on a tank of fuel.
And I was talking to some of the guys before the race, Mark. It'd be interesting if they go all of those laps. The shortcut or the undercut's going to come into play, and they all saying that pit road can be a little bit tricky here.
So it makes you wonder if they're going to try to visit that as little as possible tonight.
Usually, when you're scared of the monster under the bed, you don't look under the bed as much.
All right, well, we are green flag racing. Michael Carter takes off and gets a good start on the race, being in first position. Brad Rivers still in second, battling out Tyler Burden, the Demon, who is looks to be making his way back up.
As far as Tyler goes, he's not going to wait. He's not going to waste too much time. He's going to want to try to get that car out front, get it in clean air, and set sail as far as putting distance between him and the guys behind him.
Oh yeah, and Rowdy Travis in the chat said that 8 better stay on all 4.
Just testing out pit road, and the real tricky thing about pit road at this track is the actual interest as far as getting into pit road can be real tricky, and the speed limit on pit road is 40 miles an hour too. So
oh yeah, so you definitely got to go down
quick.
Oh yeah.
Be looking for some black flags tonight.
Well, and earlier in the season when we ran Iowa, it was only a 2 caution race.
That is true, and surprisingly enough, it's hard to anticipate. A lot of times you feel like the track is going to produce cautions, but the one thing it's really for me that could intensify these cautions is you got 2 guys that haven't raced in a while, and they're showing up at the short track version. And that would be Chris Roth and Mr. Dill Pickle, as far as that goes. So it'd be interesting to see if the caution does come out. Are they involved in the caution for not being here in that short amount of time?
Very true, very true. Hopefully that is not the case. See, I like the long green flag runs. Like I like to say, clean and green racing is the best racing.
Absolutely, and strangely enough, even though it's registered pretty much a short track, Iowa can create distance. If you look at the top leaders right now, the top 4 have put space in between them. So
oh, yeah.
Michael Carter's still leading the race, which is kudos to him. He needs a good solid finish. He's been running good here lately, and I talked to the guy behind him, Rivers. And Rivers, he's saying at a certain turn of the race, around 20 laps, the car is getting very loose. It'll be interesting to see what happens at the beginning of the race, the midpoint and towards the tail end. Around lap 20, these guys are saying the car is getting kind of freaky loose.
Oh, okay. So that's definitely going to be another factor in it for him tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's
And
go.
the top 4 have kind of set sail.
Oh, yeah. And I actually pulled up our track map, and then believe it or not, number 5 through 11 actually have a little pack of their own going. And that would be Dill Pickle, all the way back. So Dylan Picklesmeyer, Waylon Turner, Ryan McCall, Alan Holtzman, Pete Walsh, John Osborne, and Aaron Miller. And they've created their own little gap. And then Chris Roth leading the third pack.
And that's the pack I'm on right now as far as Chris Roth. If you look at Tay McDonald, he's already moved up, and he just flickered as soon as I said that.
Yeah, but he's already taken over the 13th position from Chris Roth, and he's looking with hungry eyes up at Dwayne Furtick in that number 51 Best Buy.
So he's really, as of right now, he would be the biggest mover as far as from where he started to where he's at now.
Oh, yeah.
Again, he just blinked again, so I'd like to see how that works out. He's underneath Dwayne now. Dwayne's going to give him that spot. Still a little bit too early to be putting too much heat on the tires, but evidently Tay could be looking for a short pit advantage, because remember now, it's supposed to be 180, now it's 150, and some of these guys can calculate that fuel right off the top of their head.
Oh, yeah. And, you've got, 5 sets of tires, so you could literally stop, once every 30 laps. Now, of course, that is going to cause, delays in the race for people who are not hitting near as much. But at the same time, if you wanted to stay on top of it, it could be an advantage in some ways.
Absolutely. Especially knowing what this tire package could do as far as, I think we just got away with one with Pete Walsh. He's slowing off the pace, but he's getting it back under. So there could have been something already starting to happen with these tires as far as, and what they're saying is getting in the throttle, putting heat on the tires and getting in the throttle, they're getting loose off.
Yeah.
And I'm watching my guy, Mr. the 24 car. I can find him.
24,
Alan Holtzman.
Alan Holtzman. He is in the 7th position currently, but he is in front of Waylon Turner in the 30. And let's see, John Osborne in the 81, and those guys are both behind him in a 2-wide position right now. Nope. Looks like no, because Waylon Turner pulled away.
And it looks like John's he's still looking for that to get that pass. He's got the nose on him, and Waylon's going to let him get underneath there with the 81. Still fighting him there, and he's clear as far as the 81. Now, speaking of the 81, as far as the chase goes, he is one of 2 drivers that has yet to win a race this season. So it'd be interesting to see if he could pull it off here at Iowa. Very good racer, very good to race around. I love John as far as his ability. He's solid. He knows how to get points. So it'd be interesting to see how he plays tonight's race.
Very true. I just like him because of his car scheme.
Yeah, he is one of the guys that he really hasn't changed his scheme much throughout the year, too.
No, and I like the more old school look. And I think that's what really gets me into the races is, just the older paint schemes, kind of bringing you back to the past of NASCAR, which is my favorite.
Absolutely. I love to keep those iconic paint schemes on the track. I love seeing them on there.
Oh yeah. I mean, but I mean, let's be honest. We have a guy in our league that has made an iconic paint scheme. The only thing that changes with his is the color, and that's going to be Tyler Burden in that 06 car. You know, anybody who watches ECR knows exactly who the demon is in the number 6.
And now that you say that, I've kind of toggled back up there. The 8 is still, pulling these guys around the track, which kudos to him. He may have found something for tonight. Tyler is in second, and I'm watching Adam and Brad. They've had some bad blood on the track, and short tracks bring out tempers as far as that goes, and they're pretty much racing side by side for the last couple laps I've been watching, and neither one has given the other one the room they need to clear a pass.
Oh, no. I mean, would you? Be honest with me. Would you?
Well, with the points shaken down, we've got 2 more races left. As of right now, the gloves are pretty much off. You've got to get everything you can. And it's just, with these 2 guys side by side, I mean, the front 2 are just pulling away. But, again, these guys, I would like to know if the bad blood, so to speak, is, and as soon as I say that, the 94 is going to get around the 15 and clear them. They might be like, okay, we got to put some distance in between and kind of get back after the 06 car, the Demon.
Yeah, and I honestly hope there's not, too many incidents out there, because we do have a DQ limit of 16 tonight.
And you're absolutely right. And as far as right now, we're inside that lap 24 marker. This is when the frustrations of the car, the track, and a little bit of temper, Maybe someone's air conditioner is not working.
That's why I'm glad mine is up here in the booth.
Absolutely. We got chicken wings, we got cold drinks, and we got the air conditioner working up here in the booth.
I'm going to check something out right quick.
As you're looking for that, I'm just going to run through the field and see who all we got racing each other. Pack is pretty much spread out. Oh, okay, here we go. We got some racing right here with with Tay and Waylon and Mr. Miller.
Oh, yeah, I can definitely see Waylon and Miller door to door almost, but then Aaron is actually shooting up now. Aaron looks like he has got Tay McDonald in his sights.
Yeah, Tay's going to be 10th, and he's moved up the pack. I just wonder if he's kind of, put a little bit on those tires and is kind of knows his limitations right now. I would look for Tay to be one of the first ones to pit, honestly. Another side-by-side is going to be Kyle Diaz and Mr. Kane Lee in that 32 car.
Well, but Kane Lee is a lap-down car. From what I'm seeing, Kane Lee's a lap down, so it's not a position race, but it is still just,
Yeah, and that's interesting to be a lap down at this early in the junction as far as lap 30.
Well,
be interested to hear what he says about that after the race.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to him because he went ahead and hit the pits really quickly. Actually, not too long after you called it, so you could come up and broadcast with us.
I wonder if something wasn't set right as far as his wheel, some mechanical issues or whatnot. But he appears to have the car rolling now, as of what I can see. But being a lap down this early in the race, it's definitely going to change your temperament as far as how you race the guys beside you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because you're talking about tempers flaring. If they're not going to let him pass and get his lap back, the only way possible unless there is a caution, he is in that lucky dog spot. But if not, he's got to get it back the hard way, and that's a long way to go.
Absolutely. And when you start clicking off positions and that number starts going down from, 18th and now you're in 14th, and all of a sudden a lap card comes up into play, you do not want to give him anything.
Exactly.
And they're pretty much racing hard with Waylon Turner and the Kyle Diaz and Kane. They're just under a blanket right now, so to speak.
And they got it looks like they've got eyes on Allen in that 24.
And he's just having one of those races where he's just there. He's clicking off his laps. But like you're saying, they're putting a little bit of heat on him and filling up that rear view mirror, and that could definitely upset how you get into your turns. And believe it or not, Iowa is a very methodical track as far as hitting your marks and your rhythms and stuff like that too.
Yeah, and I get that. Like, it's hard enough to have your mind set on that, and then look up and see another car coming at you. Then you're wondering, all right, what's happening now? So that can definitely be a lot on your plate.
Absolutely, and as we're talking about that, we might be looking for the battle of the fast food chains with Domino's coming up on the number 10 of Aaron Miller, the Wendix car. So that'll be interesting.
Man, now you're making me want fast food, dude. Why you gotta do that?
Absolutely.
Started
This
out
is
the race.
the corn state there.
Started out the race looking at Michael Carter in the number 8 car, wanting a nice cold glass of Jack Daniels. Now I want some Domino's pizza and some Wendy's French fries to go with it.
It always ends up that way. Speaking of Wendy's, I am looking for my dark horse, and he has made it all the way up to 7th. Got around Brad Rivers, who has fallen back in the pack. But the 73 of Taymont Daniel is Taymont Donald is all the way up to 7th spot.
Oh yeah, I'm
He
seeing
doesn't have
that.
anybody near him right now, but he's up there.
And believe it or not, you can also check and look up in the 3rd position, and you see Ryan McCall, who is up 7 spots from where he started. So he went ahead and, kind of got a little jump in there. So these guys are definitely playing to win tonight. Like you said, you got 2 races left before the final, so they're trying to get points on points on points.
Well, it's interesting that McCall has gotten up there. I talked to him before the race. He was pretty much interested to see how his car. He was one of the guys that was kind of looking forward to what his car could do in the long run.
Yeah.
And he is definitely showing that right now on the track. What is for me? What is interesting is going back and looking at Mr. Adam Baltman, who is falling all the way back to 6th. Then going back and looking at Bradley Rivers, who is falling all the way back to 8th. These two guys earlier were racing side by side, and I wonder if they kind of, maybe overheated their tires trying to get around one another.
It could be very, very possible. I'm not seeing any indicator that there was any incidents or anything, but I think they might have just been trying to race too hard.
As I'm looking at, looks like Evo might have some damage on his car, or Adam Botman might have a little bit of damage on his car. Be interesting to see if he pits, and I'll keep an eye on him to see if he pits in the next couple laps.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that would definitely, be an interesting to see. It doesn't always give me a notification. It's hard to watch all of them at once. I wish I could.
And to
But Michael
see.
Carter's still leading the pack. He's got about a 1.5 second lead on Tyler. Maybe Tyler's, sitting back, letting see what happens, or maybe Michael Carter just has that dog in the fight tonight.
Yeah, and with him getting a pole tonight, usually he's Mr. Restrictor Plate as far as poles go. For him to come to Iowa and get a pole, that tells me that he's got a really good race car. He's got a rhythm, and like you said, he's led all 45 laps so far. I bet he's got a smile from one side to the other. I mean, he does pull for the Crimson Tide, so you can't blame him on that. But other than that, the Tennessee Jack has really got him up front and moving, and the fans are on their feet for that A car. And we're at lap 47 now, so if people are going to start doing the undercut, start looking for the pit road to get busy here in a little bit. As far as around lap 50 to 55, I think they would initialize the undercut as far as that goes.
Yeah, and it is interesting, to see what these guys' strategies are going to turn out to be.
With it moving down from 180 laps to 150, just gotta believe these guys are thinking the strategy that they showed up with, all that is out the window, and everything got changed. Now on the radio, I'm listening to Mr. Alan Holtzman. I wonder if he's got a little bit of damage because he's letting a few cars go, but he's hanging. I'm watching him now in the number 24 Goodwrench. He's hanging solidly 12th. So he's doesn't appear to have damage, and if he does, it's got to be mild because he's steady where he's at right now.
I think he might have just wanted, like you said, he wanted to just, get in there and tick off the laps. He might not be in the grinding mood. He might be just happy to be out here and be on the track, honestly.
I would like to take a second to look at that 59 car. As far as I know, that 59 car is a little bit special. It's going to be a Call of Duty car, but that is unofficially could be a Josh Berry car, a real Josh Berry car. So I was asking Mr. Robert Rolfe about that before the race. He didn't really have an answer for me, but when he went and searched for it, he did search for Josh Berry and said this is what he pulled up. Now you notice that he has some green spoilers and whatnot, but he is not in the chase. He is just outside of the chase. He is one of the non-chasers, but he's had a solid chase event as far as his races go.
Oh yeah, he definitely has. And
Kind of just been under the radar, knocking off good finishes.
And sometimes that's what racing's about. Like, everybody wants to win the cup at the end, but if you get out there and every race you give it your all, like, there's accomplishment in that.
Absolutely. And as we were talking, well, funny or not, his brother just got into it with Alan. I don't know if there was a checkup there or whatnot. So I'm back here on Christopher Rolfe now. It looks like he was trying to make the pass on the 24 car and wasn't able to. So it's going to be he's catching him right back again. So it'll be interesting to see what happens once he catches the 24 car again. If 24 will move out of the way and let him go.
And it looks like he is actually. He actually did. He moved out of the way. But I wonder, I am curious now why Alan Holtzman is falling back so much.
I would have to say it's got to have something to do with his tires. Some of these guys favor the long run, really know how to keep their tires underneath him. And as we talk, I'm looking at Bradley Rivers to his. Looks like he's fallen all the way back to 11th,
Oh, shoot.
from starting up near the front. So definitely some comers and some goers. And as of right now, Brad is going to be one of the goers as far as on the tail end of. I don't see him staying on the track too much longer. Somebody's got to open that floodgate.
Looks like we have an incident with Waylon Turner and Doug DeNice. Don't know if a caution is going to be called for it.
Yeah, and Waylon has got, it looks like some front end damage on the front of that car. So both of the cars are on pit road now.
And I'm going to go ahead. I'm pulling it back to see. But it did not cause a caution. But I'm trying to see what happened with these guys. Ooh, it looks like
I just heard. What'd you see in the booth there? Doug DeNice didn't stay long, so if he had any damage, it was very mild, or he could have just used his fast repair. And Waylon's coming off now too.
Doug had was scraping the wall, and let me see. I'm going to try to pull that up again. Yeah, it looks like Doug DeNice had a little bit of wall scrapage, and he lost control of it coming down into Waylon Turner. But also the number 5. Now, Kent Mueller, he wasn't brought into it, but he wall scraped at the exact same time as Doug.
And as you're saying that, it looks like the 5 of Kent Mueller is going a lap down from our leader, Michael Carter, right now in the 8 car. So usually that's what triggers you to come down pit road a lot of times is when you just go a lap down. It's like, okay, already a lap down, might as well go down pit road, get fresh tires.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck on Kent now to see if he does that, to try to get some type of advantage, get back on the track, because
we've got Brad in the pit currently.
Mr. Rivers. So yeah, the tires, and this is gonna open up the floodgates for pit road.
I think so too. Yeah, because we are 63 laps in. And, I mean, maybe these guys are hoping for a one-and-done pit situation. Because you're already 63 laps in, and the majority of these guys have not even touched that pit road yet.
That is true. I didn't think about that. So are these guys trying to one-stop this race, which would be very interesting to see these guys go the true 75 laps on these tires, because man, it's going to be a handful.
Oh, yeah. And that's just the tail end of what the fuel prediction was.
So, yeah, if these guys can really save, they might be able to get a little bit more out of it.
Oh, yeah. And if they can do that, they can pull a one-and-done, one-stop run on this race here tonight, barring any cautions from coming out.
Got a camera fixed on pit road. I'm watching now to see if any guys come down pit road.
And, up in the top, I'm looking, and Tyler has fell back to his starting position. No, Tyler Burden is in 4th. Dylan Picklesmeyer just passed him. And Ryan McCall has been up in that 2nd place for a little while. He just had a little bit of wall scrapage. So, you can definitely see where the tire wear is coming into effect here.
Yeah, these cars get very difficult to drive with this particular tire package. And they're really, really stretching it with the fuel as far as putting so much on the tires. And the speed's going to have to drop off and stuff like that. And once you overheat them for this particular track, it's really hard to get the heat back out of the tires, so to say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it's such a short track, you're always on a different, slope or a different position on the track. So, it's kind of hard. There's no real long runs to cool them down. You're just always on it.
Yeah, and see, that's another thing too with this new this next gen car. As you know, it's got 5 gears, but what these guys are mostly driving here tonight is they're only using four. It'd be interesting to see if they're switching over to use that fifth gear now to kind of help stabilize the fuel and get more of the fuel and not damage the tire, so to speak, so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Go a little easier on the car itself by being in a lower rotation, more of a
Yeah,
cruising gear, if you will.
I'm still on pit road here now, and it's pit road's a very lonely place right now. So it's gonna heat up in a second here, though. I just know it is. Be interesting to see how if the caution comes out, with someone trying to stretch it and getting on pit road and getting off pit road too. So
Oh, yeah. Well, and, now I am curious if these guys are going to be able to pull a one and done stop.
click back over to your leader there and see what.
Michael Carter, now he has currently got a 5.2-second lead over the second place of Ryan McCall.
Safe fitting this time.
We got the 0-6 pitting, and Michael Carter just put down Pete Walsh, which is in 13th, a lap down. So, Carter is really picking them up and putting them down right now.
Oh, yeah. Carter is, yeah. Oh, and Ryan McCall also went ahead and hit pit. Tyler Burden, like you said, the 0-6 car.
All right, so now we got takers on pit road. So pit road is going to start being. We got a third car coming in.
Kyle Diaz, yep, I see him coming in, bringing the Domino's mobile in.
And I believe all these are on the same team, so it may be some type of team strategy here.
Well, we are right at lap 74, so they're right on par with possibly pulling a one-stop shop here. Dwayne Furtick also just hit the pit.
So yeah, that's another thing too. If these guys find a marker and they can hit that marker, it kind of forces your hand. And guys like, even though he's having a great race, which is Michael Carter, guys like that, he can't afford to stay out too long with these fresher tires being on the track because. Let's face it. I mean, he could be losing 2 seconds a lap as far as what these new tires could do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he definitely could. And, it might be a matter of, him just waiting as long as possible. That way his second run, he might be trying to see how far his first run can stretch. That way his second run, he can kind of give it a little bit more. And it looks like he is going to be taken down the pit road this time.
Yeah, he must have heard us talking. So what Michael Carter needs right now, he needs a very good pit stop. He doesn't need to lose too much time on pit road. He needs to get that car on pit road, get 4 fresh tires, make sure you fill it up full of gas, that Sunoco fuel, get it back on track, and get that hot rod back on track as soon as possible. Because like I said before, he had already lapped 13th. So he's in a real good spot as long as he can hit his marks on pit road.
Oh, yeah. And, what they say, the biggest problem in NASCAR is, I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
Ain't got no gas in it. That is true.
But it looks like John Osborne's also taking the pits. Pete Walsh, Kent Mueller, Aaron Miller as well.
Michael Carter is still on pit road.
Yeah, he is taking a little bit of a extended pit break. That's weird.
That's a black flag. Looks like you got a black flag.
I wonder if he sped down pit road, maybe not hit that 40 like you and I were talking about.
It's very easy to do as far as with that turn, getting in there and trying to get it down to speed. Yeah, that's going to hurt him there. Definitely did not need to see that as far as black flag in the pit road. Right now, it's got him sitting at 17. Let's see what it cycles back around when he hits the start-finish line. And keep in mind, we got a lot of guys still going in the pit road, but that's going to be a tough break, big pill to swallow for him. By far, he had a rocket, and
Oh yeah,
if we only pit once tonight, and your one pit road visit was black flag, it's over.
But that does put Mr. Christopher Roth in first, and he is actually taking down the pits now, leaving, depending on how long it takes, gives Ryan McCall and Tyler Burden the chance to be up in first and second.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ryan McCall now. The cycle, the way it should cycle, he should be very close. He's in second right now, but
Well, he's actually, now he is taken first. Roth is falling down, being on pit road. But he's got Tyler Burden about 2.2 seconds behind him, who seems to be kind of taking his time tonight and just, feeling out the track. But here we are, 83 laps in, 7 viewers on the stream. Want to thank you guys for coming out. Obviously, I have a feeling Michael Carter is one of those guys, since he knows what we're thinking after we say it.
Mr. Rivers is all the way back up to third, but I think he's about to get overtaken by Tay McDonald, and yeah, Tay is looking right there on the inside. Doesn't want to give it up, but that could be frustrating too. Is when you you catch a guy from a few seconds back, and you run him down and get all the way up to him, and you think you're about to get up underneath him, and then he doesn't give you the exact line and kind of races you a little bit, stalls you up a little bit. It can be very frustrating in these green flag runs like this. You're going to need all the breaks you can get.
Oh yeah.
Any little subtlety is going to be amplified if we don't get a caution. And I'm sure there's one guy on the track that would love to see a caution right now. He's going to be in that black 8.
Oh yeah, Michael Carter for sure. But it actually looks like Tay McDonald took over that third spot from Brad Rivers. So he is bringing the 73 up to challenge the 06.
And Tate's got a fast car. As many cars as he's had to pass tonight, I just wonder what he's going to have once he gets up there. Is he going to have anything to battle with? Is he going to have anything left? A late caution could really make this race interesting. But the way the cars are spacing out right now, I don't see a caution coming out. But also, anything can happen as far as hitting the wall and coming off, like we saw earlier with D Nice and Mr. Turner.
Yeah, that was a sad incident or accident right there, because that truly was an accident. Doug scraped the wall and he just lost control of it.
We talked about everybody, but we'll go see what Mr. York's doing. I don't think we've talked enough about him. And you'll notice he's got the pink 48 on the roof for October breast cancer or cancer awareness. It's great that these guys are showing awareness for that. I think they call it F cancer.
Yes.
We all know and we all feel the same way about that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm actually, a lady who was very close to me actually battled, breast cancer and won. Um, Now, unfortunately, she's no longer with us, but she was like a second mother to me. So I wear the breast cancer awareness ribbon all year round, tattooed on my arm.
Absolutely. And my mom, she battled it, and as of right now, there's no signs of that. So glad to see these guys that are, and it looks like the Aeons are, most of them are using the awareness simulated in their cars. Let's see, we haven't talked about, we haven't really looked at old Mr. Dwayne in the 51. He's had a very good run tonight, and it looks like he's the only one on the track because there's no one in front of him that you can see, and there's no one behind him that you can see.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up. Yep. So I'm bringing up my track map. Definitely not. He's kind of in his own little world out there.
And it looks like he's right in front of the 90 of McCall, so he's going to be the first car about to go a lap down. So you know he wants to stay where he's at just in case the caution does come out.
Yeah, and McCall. I mean, these guys, they're passing him like they're standing still at most points out here.
Yeah, there's pit strategies all over the place. I couldn't even begin to tell you how these guys. Some guys pitted 5 laps before the others, 10 laps. Um, the black flags that were, because I'm sure the 8 was not the only one that got any kind of pit road issues, and also with Doug Nice and Turner pitting as early as they did. Um, how does that put them at the end of the run as far as?
Well, actually, I just pulled up my strategy up on the screen, and Brad Rivers actually pitted at 60. Now, I'm not seeing Denice on here. Unfortunately, it only goes up to number 13. Denice is going to be in 15.
So if the Nice is all the way in 15th, is he trying? Is he? Because saving fuel now, he might. The horses might already be out the barn. So I don't know if that's going to help him if he's trying to save fuel now on this side of the fence.
Yeah, because Denice actually pitted at 56 right before Rivers. I went ahead and expanded my pit strategy window a little bit just to see up to the 15th position.
Was let's see. And he's got Allen right behind him. And that is a race for position as well. So he's letting the 24 go. And that is going to be a teammate behind him in the 32. Oh, and he gets loose. Kane just got real loose off the corner exit of 4 there. Good save by Kane. But that tells you that the car is really on the edge.
Oh yeah, it's definitely kind of screaming at this point because I mean we're already sitting 101 out of 150, and these guys are definitely kept it clean almost the entire time. Very minimal incidents, no cautions as of yet.
Kane's gonna be on the high side of him. But that is not for position. So Kane is still suffering for whatever that was as far as, going the lap down at the beginning of the race. I'm sure he's not happy with that or himself as far as that goes. He's probably beating himself up for it. He is his biggest critic as far as that goes. He's
I
got
mean,
speed
I feel
on
that
the
on a
track.
spiritual level though. So like I'm the same way.
Most of the time, you're the first one to put yourself in check. So it just tells me there's a lot of guys, other than possibly the 90, and maybe Mr. Dill Pickle. There's a lot of guys that are really looking to see any kind of debris on the track. Is that rain somewhere? So be interesting to see if a caution comes out now.
Oh yeah. But speaking of, well, not a caution, Michael York, we were talking about him being up ahead of Ryan McCall. Ryan McCall just passed him, putting him a lap down.
And that's going to be 10th spot. So he's got all the cars up until 10th, a lap down. And that's going to really change strategy too, as far as if a caution comes out, how they pit and who pits or not. That is really a beautiful car he's got.
Now I do notice a couple cars out here with the Jordan symbol on the hood. Not sure about that too much.
Yeah, they're really celebrating what they call the GOAT of basketball. Some like him, some don't.
Oh no, back in the day, he was the greatest of all time. But it still floors me that you wouldn't think of who the biggest shit talker back in the day in basketball was.
Yeah, I have seen some stories about Jordan, Larry Bird, even Johnson, um, talking about some of the stuff. Charles Barkley.
Oh, Barkley, yes. But most people just don't realize, you don't think much of Larry Bird when it comes to basketball, but he was phenomenal and a massive shit talker, which is always fun to me. Like what's that?
Now,
What's that goofy old librarian? No, dude, that's Larry Bird, bro.
did McCall just let York back around him?
He did. He did. And York is actually picking it up pretty well. Got at least a 3 to 4 car gap now in between him and Ryan. And looks like on that turn,
Tyler is right there.
Yeah, but on that turn, Ryan got a little loose, so maybe he's having a control issue. But Tyler is closing that gap up pretty quick, like you were saying.
And don't look now. Who is that? So fourth is going to be way back from the show. I'm trying to find who that is with Tyler.
Let me see here. I just had him. That would be the number 59.
So Tyler's in
Call of Duty.
He's in the middle of a Roth sandwich with the two brothers, one in front and one in the back.
I don't know, man. I've seen a couple of these guys. That's not a cream filling I want to be.
No. We got two different manufacturers as well, so he's in the, let's call it the Ford sandwich. He's the meat in the Ford sandwich right now, and if he's slow a little bit, he might want to consider letting the 62 around him, because the 62 has got a lot of heat on him.
Oh yeah, he is definitely right up on his rear bumper, and looks like he is trying to get the pass. So maybe Tyler's going to let him have it, but I do not know.
It's kind of it's kind of hard to say what is the right scenario here because, yeah, he doesn't need to be racing a lap down car, but McCall is right there at the same time. He doesn't want McCall to get too far out ahead, but you just quickly let the 62 get around him of Chris Roth.
Maybe he's hoping that the Roths will kind of move up to McCall and maybe shake him up a little bit because the heat they were putting on him. Maybe he's thinking, okay, well, let me see if they can put the same on Ryan and maybe give him a leg up.
Yeah, and as you're saying that, the stuff that's right in front of McCall, he's got a lot of cars, a lot of lap down cars in front of him to pass. So it's possible that Tyler knows that, and he's just going to let McCall work himself through this lap down field, which things just got close just then.
Yeah, and anything can happen. I mean, these guys are on quite older tires, trying to stretch this to make it as little stops as possible. But never know what can happen out here as the tires get really hot and the laps tick down. There could be incidents, could be anything out here. Oh, it looks like Tyler Burton, he actually seems to be falling back. He is taken to the pits.
Wonder if that's the undercut he's trying to end. Oh, we got a wreck on the front stretch. It's York.
Oh.
Right in front of the leader. It doesn't look too terrible. Single car accident. He's got a little loose off of Ford, just like Kane did. Lid came to a stop. Good save. No caution. No one was. And as we say that, it looks like him and Turner just got into it.
Oh yeah, I see him getting squirrely there. Yep. So I went ahead and backed it up to check that out. That really wasn't a good save.
Then just a few moments after that, on lap 119, him and the 30 made contact, and I've got a camera stuck on them right now.
Yeah, I'm actually checking it out right now. I'm very close to that incident, so we're gonna watch that happen on the track. I'm gonna cut that down to slow mo.
These guys won't be sending each other Christmas cards next year. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and he came right down, and he looked like he was trying to get below the 30 of Waylon Turner, but wasn't able to, and he just smacked the rear end of him.
When you get this far into a run, this close to the end, patience starts going down as far as what you allow and what you're prepared to put up with.
Oh, of course. Of course. It gets down to the wire. Tensions get high. You've been sitting here racing for a couple hours, and that's how I am. When I've been sitting for a while, my legs start jumping. All right, yeah, I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah, maybe your car's not turning as much. Maybe you got a black flag. You're not in a good mood no more. Sitting here watching our pole sitter, Mr. Carter. He's back in the 15th spot.
Now, he's definitely looking to upgrade his position, but that's going to be a hard battle. Like I hate to say it, but that pit incident just cost him dearly tonight.
Yeah, even if he wasn't going to win a race, he definitely had a top 5 secured and locked up, and he could have took it to the bank and they'd have gave him a loan on it. But as of right now, things are not looking in his favor. couple guys on pit road. Looks like Doug D. Nice and Kent Mueller.
Well, and Mueller's been there for quite a while. Um, it's not showing him out. He has been sitting on pit road for quite a bit.
Yeah, it could have been one of those things where the car just wasn't driving. Maybe out of a fast repair. He got it. You said he got into the wall earlier in the race, and maybe didn't have another fast repair, and the car's just too damaged to fix.
Yeah, because it looked he pitted right at lap 77. He's been there since.
Now, as far as the cycle right now, I'm looking at Tyler Burden. He's in 12th. Obviously, he just went down pit road and got fresh tires, so he's really putting some time on. I'm going to jump onto our leader, McCall. He's still battling traffic.
And it looks like he's really close to taking Mr. Burdick a lap down.
He might. It's really close. I wonder if he's trying to save fuel. Some of these guys can really save fuel. Let me jump over here. I'm looking for. Be interesting to see. Let's see. Checking out. See where Tay's at. Tay's in second. I just wonder if we've got some guys on the track right now that can make it. That's what's going to be interesting to see. Let me jump over here to Waylon Turner, see where he's at. He's got fresh tires, and I would imagine his patience is run thin with the way his race has gone. So.
Hey,
Currently down to one viewer. What? Or now up back up to 4. I'm like, what happened? I thought we were having a pretty good race here.
Yeah, with the cautions, sometimes it's a good time to the way it's spread out. It's a real good time to go to use the bathroom and possibly get you a corn dog here at Iowa. There's a little bit of excitement right now. I'm watching the 30 car, and he's picking them up and putting them down, and he's not allowing any car to jump in front of him right now. So. I would say his patience is run thin, and you could probably light a cigarette off the top of his forehead right now.
I mean, I would be the same way, though. I really would. With some of the things that have happened tonight, just out of the blue, out of nowhere, kind of putting a big shakeup on things. But you see Ryan McCall still just tearing the track up, and we've only got 15 or 14 laps to go now. But let's see, you got McCall pitted at 72. You wonder if he's got it in him to finish out.
Well, at a certain point, you've got your bed made, and you're just going to have to, because Tyler's already pitted, and he's put so many laps on now. So if it's close, I could see where these guys are going to, attempt it.
Yeah, because out of the top 15, everybody was sticking right in that early 70s, early 80s pit window until Tyler hit it at 117. So he has definitely got the freshest tires.
I'm watching Tay right now in the 73. He has made it all the way up to second, so that's definitely going to be your biggest mover there.
Oh
He's
yeah.
right behind the leader, so he can see the lead. But I'm wondering if he thinks for these guys to have 10 laps to go and they're not, you know, they're not pitting. I'd have to say they've got enough fuel to make it.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he's thinking that McCall doesn't. So many when situations like this happen, there's so many just strategies and little games to play, I guess you say.
Oh
But
yeah.
he's tracking him down. Going to pull up McCall and get a rear chase on him. Let's see if it looks like those last 8 laps. This is where it's probably just these two guys that are not wishing for a caution.
Oh yeah. Of course. They're already out front. They know, they're comfortable in their spots. Everybody else is like, all right, come on, come on.
I'm stuck and I'm fixed on a rear chase of McCall, and I'm watching the front end of Tyler, the 73, and Tyler's
Tay, not Tyler.
entry. Tay, yes. Sorry, Tay. Tay's entry is he can really get him on an entry, but McCall's center off. He just keeps that gap there.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's a big difference. Like, you might, come up on the entry because McCall's slowing down, but when it gets off the exit of that turn, like he is hitting it hard.
Mm-hmm. And with the games, I just wonder if it could be something that Tay could be doing as far as making him overdrive his car. Because, Brad Keselowski did that one year to Dale Jr. Made him overdrive his car a little bit, and Dale Jr. actually ran out of gas that race. Finished second. I think it was a Michigan race, too. So we got a lap down car getting into play, and that's going to be Waylon Turner. Mr. Excitement there. Should call him Jimmy Spencer.
Oh, looks like Waylon is go ahead and trying to get the jump back on Ryan. He said, "No, not today, sir."
That little bit of opening that door to let Waylon around is you can see that Tay's got his foot right there. He got loose off again. He is giving that car, he's overdriving that car as much as it will allow him. He wants that. He's right there at him.
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
we've got a race right here.
Yeah, we're literally all he's almost right on that rear bumper now.
He keeps snucking it in there. He doesn't want to. McCall gets a little bit loose off. He doesn't want to give him the bottom, but he knows he can't stick it to the bottom as far as what he wants to. Tires are just awful right now for the both of them. When these two get side by side, it's going to be very interesting. We got a Ford and a Chevy battling out for the lead here at Iowa.
Oh, and we are down to the final 3, so that's a good. That's going to be a shootout. That's in my mind because
we're definitely inside that shootout right now. He's got the. It looks like a little bit of contact. Tay's going to try to just bump him up the track a little bit, get him kind of fill that rear view mirror up with the black front of that Ford, and maybe get McCall to make a mistake.
Oh,
and they're side by side.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to do the slide on him right now. Oh, didn't quite let it catch. But being on that bottom line, he is steadily getting a little bit. Is he going to be able to pull the slide? Oh, and he did. Tay McDonald.
He gets around him. That was some good Clean racing between the both of them. I'm sure Tay's going to say it's a lot cleaner than McCall would probably agree with. But that was some good racing with white flag.
Oh yeah, we're white flag out. We are, right in the last seconds of the race, and we're good. Tay McDonald has taken it tonight. Tay McDonald has won the race.
That was my dark horse pick. I knew it. I knew he had something.
Man, that was good. I like that. And I don't think, honestly, from the look of it, I don't think Ryan really can say anything about that pass because, he didn't, bump him, didn't do anything too bad on it.
Looks like Dill Pickle's going to finish third, too.
So we've got Tay McDonald in first, Ryan McCall in second, Dylan Picklesmeyer in third, John Osborne in fourth, Tyler Burden is in fifth, Kyle Diaz in sixth, Adam Boughton in seventh, Christopher Roth in eighth, Robert Roth in ninth, Dwayne Furtick in 10th. You want to take the rest for me?
Absolutely. We got Mr. Michael York coming up in 11th. My pal, Alan Holtzman, in 12th. Bradley Rivers, good race for him, in 13th. Pete Walsh coming up in 14th. Tough break for our pole sitter, Mr. Michael Carter, going to end the day in 15th. Mr. Miller, Aaron Miller in 16th. Doug D. Nice in 17th. Mr. Waylon Turner from Texas in 18th. Kane Lee going to finish out 19th. Kent Mueller in 20th. And yours truly, we blew an engine before we start the race. So we're going to take it home in 21st. Great racing, guys.
All right, I'm trying to look for these guys here. Got Dill Pickle right there. All right, so I have got all four. I got our top three, and then our biggest mover outside of the top three is going to be Kyle Diaz. So I'm going to bring him up as well. The biggest mover obviously is Tay McDonald, but he's already getting an interview. So let's bring up Kyle Diaz if he wants to talk to us. Hey, Kyle, this is Mark and 17 South in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do have a copy.
All right. Well, outside of the podium, man, you are our biggest mover of the evening, up 12 spots from where you started. How was tonight's race for you?
Yeah, I had a good time out there tonight, man. I started in the back. I had a slow qualifying lap because I didn't really practice that much this week, so I'm pretty happy to bring it back into 6th place finish here tonight.
All right, so how you liking the Gauntlet so far? What are you feeling about that?
Oh, yeah, it's been a blast so far, man. These past few races we've done for the playoffs. Well, I missed the one for Talladega, unfortunately, since my power went out, but besides that, man, it's been a blast, and I hope to keep on putting on these good races, man.
Well, dude, we definitely look forward to it. Gary, you got anything for him?
Oh, absolutely. I got the hard-hitting questions over here. Mr. Kyle Diaz, I need to know, and your fans need to know, and everybody out there watching, we need to know, what do you put on your Domino's pizza?
Well, typically I'm only like a extra cheese and like pepperoni type of guy. I keep it simple, and maybe stuffed crust, but Domino's doesn't really have stuffed crust, I don't think, but that's what I take in my pizza, man.
That's your strategy. You eat a pizza before the race, and that's what gives you your speed. Okay, I need to start seeing you before the race, so maybe we can hook up some. You slide some of those pizzas over our way. How about that?
Yeah, I'll give you guys a discount code next time.
All right,
I'll get the wings in there for y'all too.
Oh, Domino's in the booth, buddy.
All right, y'all have a good one then.
All right, Kyle.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Have a good night.
All right, so that was Kyle Diaz. Now we're going to bring up Dill Pickles. He was our 3rd place finisher. Hey, Dylan, this is Mark and 17 South in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. So, third place, man. How was it for you tonight?
It was good. I just kind of kept the car going and just saved some tire where I could and just kept it up front all night. It was fun.
Well, Gary, you got anything for Dylan?
Absolutely, Dylan. We haven't seen you in a few races, and usually that builds up rust as far as seat time. You made a fool out of me, my man. You came back after not being in a few races, showed up at Iowa. That's not a very easy track to drive, and you put it on a lot of guys. There were a lot of guys behind you. So how does that feel to be gone for a little bit and come back and boom? Is this not your best finish of the season?
Yes, sir, South. This is my first top 5 of the season, top 3 too. I've been busy the last month. I've been wanting to be here. It's just life gets you sometimes. And
We can all understand that. I just want to say congratulations on the top 5. I've yet to get one of those this year, so I'm very proud of you, my man. That's excellent. It's awesome. You stuck it out, and there's a lot of stuff going on the track, and you brought the car home clean, the 45, and yeah, man, congratulations, man. Good deal.
yeah, I appreciate it.
Now, Dylan, being on the podium, man, especially being your first top 3, and you got all the shout-outs you want to give. Who you got in mind for us tonight?
I'm going to thank Team Toyota. Brought it home, first Toyota of the year this year. That's good. I'm going to thank y'all for putting this on. I'm going to thank ECR. I'm going to thank my fiance. I'm going to thank my mama.
All
Absolutely.
right. Well, you know what? I think we're all going to thank your mom, man, for you being here, bro. Like that's pretty good finish tonight. So
I appreciate it.
no, dude, I appreciate you coming up into the booth, talking to us, man, and giving it so hard tonight, dude. So
I'm glad to be here.
we look forward to seeing you at the next race, man.
I'm looking forward to it too. Thank you.
All right, Dylan. Well, we will let you get back to celebrating, dude. And I hope you have a great night, bro.
Thank you so much. You too.
Have a good one, man.
All right, so now we are going to bring up Mr. Ryan McCall. Hey, Ryan, this is Mark and 17 South in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
All right, so how we feeling tonight, man?
Gutted, as much as second place can be. Like I was telling before the race. I mean, I knew lap traffic was going to be an issue, and being the leader, nobody wants to let you by. So,
Yeah,
just sucks.
Yeah, tensions were definitely high on the track. Like we saw when you were trying to pass the lap traffic, and they seemed like they were not having it.
No, I mean, Dwayne parked it in front of me for, I want to say, at least the last 40 laps. Then I had a couple other guys powering through, and then that hurt. And then I had another one that was about 2 or 3 laps down that decided to park it in my lane. So I just, memory bank. So that's all I'll say.
Now, Mr. McCall, how did your car feel at the end there? And if you don't mind me asking, about how much gas did you have left in the tank when you crossed when you were battling the 73?
I had a lap of fuel left, so I knew it was tight, but I didn't want to pit a second time. But yeah, the car just stopped turning with about 10 laps to go. It just kept shooting up the track, especially in one and two.
Mm-hmm.
So if I didn't have to turn down to try to get past some lap traffic a couple times, I'd probably hold on to it. But it is what it is. A decent points night. I beat everybody that was in points in front of me. So we'll see how that shakes out. But I really wanted to win because I love Iowa.
Well, congratulations on your second place finish. You had a real good run out there, and yeah, man, you put yourself in a very good spot, and you're always one of the guys that can do that as far as that goes. So, as far as the leader getting around lap cars, you're the first one that's got to navigate through that. After that, they kind of give up on the other cars behind him. But You're a good, clean racer, and that's ECR is proud of you for that. And congratulations on your second place finish, man.
Yep, appreciate it. Try to be.
Right. Now, do you have any shout outs right quick before we let you get back to celebrating? Or writing names
Yeah,
on the list?
Yeah. I mean, Rapid Fire Pizza, running on board, especially with the pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's cool to do that. I've had plenty of family members that have had either cancer or breast cancer specifically. So, always nice running that, and obviously the Aeons guys. I mean, we ran each other hard but clean all night, so I always appreciate those guys.
Well, man, congratulations again. We'll let you get back to it, but definitely look forward to seeing what the point shakeup is going to be, and then what you got in store for us next race.
Yep, absolutely.
So, all right, Ryan.
Have a good one, man.
Yep.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, and we're going to bring up the man of the hour, Mr. Tay McDonald. Hey, Tay, this is Mark and 17 South in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, you got me?
Yes, sir. We got you loud and clear.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good, man. You tell me how you're doing.
I'm sweating, that's for sure. That was a battle. That was a lot of fun. Trying to chase down Ryan there at the end. That was probably one of the most fun races I've been on in a while.
Well, Tay, at the beginning of the race, if you go back and listen to it, you're going to notice that I called you my dark horse. I was putting everything in on you. When you had the not so good qualifying effort, I was kind of second guessing it, but towards the duration of the race, you were strong, steady. You hit your marks on pit road and stuff like that. Run us through the last 2 laps right there with Ryan. I know he was battling some lap traffic, but it wasn't easy getting around him. Did you have to put a little bit of air under his bumper or anything?
I knew that he was kind of riding that second groove, and I was backing up my corners to hook the bottom the best I could. And I seen the 51 in front of him was blinking, so I kind of figured it was stalling him out at least a little bit. So I started pushing as hard as I could. I haven't even looked at what my tires were at the end there, but they were shot. So, at the end, the last, I think it was 8 to go, I got really loose out of 4 and thought that I had completely blew it. But, it just, got it back collected under me and went back at it, and it worked out.
And how much fuel did you have at the end?
I had like 5-6 laps left. I was good. I cut it, I came in on lap 75, so I cut it right in half.
Okay.
Yep.
It was good finish, man. Congratulations, proud of you, man. I know you've had some tough breaks here recently, but this definitely puts a little bit, makes it a little bit sweeter to come in victory lane in Iowa. Again, congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you. I'm actually from Iowa, so it kind of works out that this track and I kind of work well together. So.
Oh, cool.
I want to thank Travis Gilbert. He wasn't able to be here tonight. He's a good teammate of mine. I want to thank the other GWR guys, Rob, Chris, Pete. I want to thank my grandma Linda for watching, and thank you guys for broadcasting. I know you 17 South. You always do really good when you're in the broadcast booth. So appreciate you guys.
That,
Absolutely.
Oh, but I hear crickets about me in the broadcast booth. All right.
No. Well, I'm just saying he's a special guest, so I'm not supposed to do good. I'm not used to his voice every week. No, Mark, you do awesome. I'm not used to 17 South in there, so it'd be nice to. It's always nice, to have that second voice.
Yeah, it is definitely a treat for me. Like that's why I was glad to bring him in, and I'm glad to bring him in for the next couple races as well. But.
All right on.
But man,
nice.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I think that was me coughing.
Oh, well, thank you, Tay, man. And that was a good race out there. So congratulations on that win. And Paid Guitar in the chat also said good win, Tay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for watching.
Yep. Well, we will let you get to celebrating, man. You looking forward to seeing you next week, seeing what the points do, and where we can go.
Yeah, maybe we can get another one or two before the season's in. Who knows?
Hey, there
There
you
you
go.
go.
All right, buddy. Well,
Thank
good
you, guys.
night, and I hope you have a great weekend. Shoot.
Yeah, you too.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
I know
All right.
you haven't done this. I know at the beginning of the race we were talking about bringing in Kane Lee. Can we bring in Kane Lee and see
Let's see if he's
what
in
happened
the chat. Yeah.
at the beginning of the race?
Yep. There he is. Yeah. You know what? That is a good idea. I forgot all about that. Hey, Kane. This is Mark and 17 South in the booth. You got a copy.
Hey, yeah, what's going on?
Hey, well, we were curious about what happened. We saw you pitted early on in the race, and that kind of put you toward the back.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny because I was talking to South during practice, and my car was extremely tight when I was practicing. But I just got extremely loose out of nowhere on a lap and just destroyed my car at the beginning of the race, and I had to pit and take my fast repair and went 2 laps down.
Oh shoot. Okay. So yeah, me and 17 were talking about it, and we were gonna bring you up, and he reminded me. He's like, "Hey, bring Kane in here."
Yeah, it just got loose, man. I was making my way, like I was feeling good. I made some positions up, and it just got loose out of nowhere, and I just
Making
went
my way
right to the inside
downtown.
wall.
I was waiting for somebody to sing that.
Kane, we got you up in the booth. We wanted to bring that up. But if you don't mind, Kane, I'm the guy that's responsible for all the horror stuff. If you could say the word literally, Kane,
Literally.
I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
Literally.
No, not that. Literally. Could you say that?
Literally.
No, there's. I mean, you can do it. I know you can't. Say it one more time.
Literally.
It's okay. We'll work on that, and maybe next week you can get a top 3. And we can see if you've got that fixed.
I'm winning next week. That's my best track on iRacing.
And what track is that? So you're calling your shot, and what track is that?
Yeah, Nashville Super Speedway. I've told everyone that I'm winning that race.
Did you
I'm
tell
very,
everyone,
very,
or
yes.
did you literally tell everyone?
I literally told everyone. That is my best track. I'm very, very good there.
Well, sorry for the tough break tonight, but it's good to see the 32 out there for Team Toyota, and yeah, good job, man. Literally.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, I have too much fun here.
That was a pretty fun race.
Yeah, that was literally one of my best interviews I've ever sat through.
Literally, it was great.
Well, man, I want to thank you, 17, for coming up in here, man. It's definitely been fun tonight. It was a really good
Absolutely.
race. So, looking forward to seeing what Nashville's got in store for us and in the big finale at Vegas. So,
Absolutely, yes, sir.
well, all right. man.
As of right now, it looks like with everything going on, I'll probably, if you've got room, I'll probably be in the booth with you for Nashville.
Well, I am definitely here. I'm definitely looking forward to that. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
All right, well, guys, we're going to let you guys go for tonight. 17 South will be joining me next week again for Nashville. So I hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend, a great rest of your night, and we will see you guys next week.